Inline styling is all about the style attribute. The style attribute can be added to any HTML element to change its default style. Every HTML element has some sort of default style that can be overridden. An example of a style might be that the background is white, the text color is black, the font size is 16 pixels, and so on. To change a style, just add a style attribute to the start tag of the element. The style attribute follows a different syntax than other attributes. Inside the style attribute, you'll need to give a property and a value like this. You're allowed to list several properties by separating them with a semicolon. The style attribute is actually changing what we call the CSS properties of the element. All of the available CSS properties can be found by visiting the website below. Let's start with a simple heading and paragraph example, but use inline styling to change the header color to blue. Create your heading and paragraph like so. Then add a style attribute defining the color to blue. Save and view. The CSS color property changes the color of the text inside the element, as we see here. We just performed what is called inline styling, because we're changing the style of an element by directly coding the element's opening tag. We will learn that styling can be done by changing CSS properties from an external but included CSS file. That method would not be considered inline. Let's go back and change styles again, but to the paragraph element this time. Add a style attribute to the start tag of your paragraph and change the CSS property font size to 10 pixels and the text align property to center. As you might assume, we've set the paragraph's font size to 10 pixels and centered the text on the page. The list of available CSS properties is pretty overwhelming. You do not need to know them all. In fact, to begin, you don't even need to know most of them. You'll find out pretty quick that you only use a handful of these properties repeatedly, and oftentimes repeat the same properties with the same type of HTML element. With practice, you'll become more comfortable with this and begin to memorize the most common ones. We'll go through many more examples and practice adjusting CSS properties when we start a CSS section of this course.